I was recently asked to take a look at Pixel Samurai by the game developers themselves, Art of King's Game, and for what appears to be a student project, Pixel Samurai does a pretty good job at laying the foundations of a solid 2D Sekiro demake. Currently, Pixel Samurai is a boss rush type game, battling one boss after another, having approximately 5 bosses in total, each with different and unique movesets. And just like Sekiro, it's very difficult, so prepare to die over and over again in classic Souls-like tradition. However, when I said Pixel Samurai had the foundations to be a solid Sekiro demake, I meant that while the pixel art visual aesthetic is great, the combat itself is kind of wonky. Something funny happened during my second attempt with Pixel Samurai. I was able to hold block, which allowed me to parry one attack from my opponent before having to block again. I say this is funny because, as far as I can tell, the normal way blocking works is just like in Sekiro. You have to time it just before the attack lands in order to deflect it. This is extremely difficult in Pixel Samurai, however, as you only have 2 frames trying to parry before your opponent stun locks you and whoops your ass. But for whatever reason, due to a bug or some other serendipitous force, I was able to hold block continuously. And then the game was really fun. I was able to actually learn the moveset of my opponent without dying every 5 seconds and made it to the 5th boss in about half an hour. It was challenging, engaging, but not too frustrating to the point where I wanted to quit. So it's hard for me to understand what the intended block mechanic is supposed to do here. If it's to block for only 2 frames, then this game is insane-o hard and a real kick in the dick.
I can almost feel his balls on my fist!
But if you're supposed to hold block, then it's actually enjoyable. So Art of King's Game, which is it? I know you're watching, so please write down in the comments if the combat is supposed to be dick-kicking difficult, or if my game is just bugging out and holding block is the way to go. This is my main critique here, but to be a true Sekiro demake, Pixel Samurai needs a posture system. Blocking consecutive enemy attacks should result in posture breaking of the enemy, followed up by a stun animation where the next attack deals a critical hit of massive damage. This would incentivize the player to learn the combat rhythm of each opponent and give successful parries a lot more weight. The combat really needs to feel like an engaging back and forth volley between the opponent, and less like you're simply blocking everything waiting for that half-second opening at the tail end of attack animations to do any damage. There are a total of 3 actions in Pixel Samurai: attack, block, parry, and dash. You would think dash would be the action to provide some iframes, but no, it's just useless. Considering you can't even jump in this game, dash should probably give you some kind of significant benefit. Being able to dash into an enemy in order to tank a hit would also mix up the combat in a positive way. There's already a stamina bar, so it's not like the player could spam dash continuously for iframes, and it'd give the player the option to be more aggressive against the opponents and mix up the fight. That about wraps it up with my take on Pixel Samurai. It's got the foundations to be a seriously good Sekiro demake, but needs a little more polish to get there. Art of King's Game, if you end up incorporating my 3 suggestions into a future version of the game, then I'll revisit it to see how the combat has progressed. Until then, if you want to pick up a very difficult pixel art game for a few bucks, check out Pixel Samurai, available now on Steam, linked in the description below. And for any other devs watching this and would like to hear my thoughts on your game, feel free to email me and I'll give it a shot. Thanks again for watching, be sure to subscribe for more content, and check out some of my other gaming videos while you're here. Have a good one.
Take it easy!